Mohamed Morsi was the first democratically elected president in Egyptian history. After coming to power, he changed Egypt's foreign policy and became a huge threat to Israel and America, which is why he was forcefully removed from power in a military coup. During his youth, he memorized the Holy Quran in his village and later moved to Cairo to study engineering. During his time in Cairo, he became involved in politics and joined the political party known as the Muslim Brotherhood, which called for the creation of an Islamic government. In the year 2000, he was elected as a member of the Egyptian parliament. However, in May 2006, he was kicked out of the parliament and was arrested after he exposed corrupt judges who participated in the rigging of elections. He was eventually released from prison in 2010. However, Morsi was arrested for a second time in 2011 during a protest against the government of Hosni Mubarak. Eventually, after the success of the Egyptian revolution and the resignation of President Hosni Mubarak, Morsi was released from prison. He formed his own political party known as the Freedom and Justice Party, which was an alliance of multiple political groups, and he participated in the first elections after the overthrow of the Mubarak regime. In June 2012, Mohamed Morsi was elected as the President of Egypt. After coming to power, he released all political prisoners who were imprisoned during the previous regime. He refused to live in the presidential palace and he continued to live in his own house. Throughout his reign, President Morsi lived like an ordinary citizen and focused on improving the welfare of the people. He increased the minimum wage and provided financial assistance, free medical treatment, and free bread to poor citizens. He also supported small businesses and he exempted small farmers from debt. President Morsi also established the Upper Egypt Development Project in order to improve the poor infrastructure of the southern region, which had been neglected by the previous government. He also promoted freedom of press and he called for religious equality and appointed 14 Christian ministers in his government. Morsi was loved and respected by the people as he lived like an ordinary citizen and he walked, talked, and prayed with the people. Besides his popularity within Egypt, Morsi also became highly popular in the Muslim world at large. He opened the Egypt-Gaza border and gave financial, medical, and military assistance to the Palestinian people who were being oppressed by the Israeli tyrants. He gave full support to the people of Gaza and the Palestinian resistance. And when Israel launched attacks against Gaza in 2012, Morsi supported the Palestinians against Israel.
نرى ما يقع في غزة من عدوان وقتل للرجال للنساء للأطفال دماء تراق. هذا أمر خطير وهذا عدوان سافر على الإنسان، على الرجال، على النساء. هذا أمر أكرر تحذيرا منه وأؤكد مرة ومرة لمن يعتدون أنه لن يكون لهم أبدا لن يكون لهم أبدا سلطان على أهل غزة. لن نترك غزة وحدها.
Mohamed Morsi also spoke out against the Syrian tyrant Bashar al-Assad, who was using chemical weapons against his own people. He ended Egyptian relations with the Syrian government and closed the Egyptian embassy in Damascus. Morsi supported the Syrian revolution and called for the overthrow of the brutal dictatorship of Bashar al-Assad. In addition to this, Morsi also welcomed thousands of Syrian refugees to Egypt. President Morsi also formed strong relations with Muslim countries such as Turkey, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Sudan, and Pakistan, and he continued to speak out against Israel. Mohamed Morsi's 1 year in power was highly successful. However, on 3rd July 2013, Mohamed Morsi was overthrown in a military coup backed by the US and Israel. He was then imprisoned and tortured, and he died in jail in June 2019.